Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in today. I really want to say thank you. Thank you so much for all the love and support on my first video about these knotless box braids that I did on myself. If you haven't watched that video, you got to go back and see that. And I really go into detail and drop a lot of gems on how to achieve this protective style for quarantine or for summer, or if you just like braids or whatever. But definitely go check that video out. Today I'm going to be showing you my summer makeup routine. So I'm here with a fresh face. It is washed. The only thing that's on my face are brows and this oil that I've made. It is a rose infused argan oil with vitamin E oil and rose hip oil. So this is the only thing that's on my face. So my face is clean. I actually just exfoliated my face too. Exfoliation is key for dry skin, well, for any skin really, because you want to get all of those dead follicles off of your face for smooth, clean skin. So if that's a chemical exfoliant or a physical exfoliant with like little microbeads, whatever kind of exfoliant you use, just make sure you are using it, because that really helps your skin. And the exfoliant that I used is this little baby right here, which is the, I don't know if you can see, it is the Ordinary brand. It is their AHA and BHA peeling solution. This little thing right here, and it's only $7. It's amazing. This is a chemical exfoliant. So you put it on your face for 10 minutes and then you just rinse it off with warm water. Works miracles. Works like a facial, like you just went to an esthetician, but you didn't because you had this for $7. And I got it from Sephora. I'll link it below. But what I start off with for my dry skin is, I know you're going to think oil and then another moisturizing primer, but you need to, when you have dry skin, regardless if it's the summer, the winter, the spring, the fall, you want to have a nice smooth base, because that's what keeps your makeup not looking dry and cakey and kind of still skin-like. Even though you may sweat throughout the day, but you still want to have a smooth base for that foundation. If you don't, then it's just going to be ridiculous. It's going to be a tragedy. So this is the Hangover RX primer, and this is by Too Faced. It's a really moisturizing primer. It has coconut water in it, and it's silicone free. And I really like this. I've been using it for a very long time and it works great. So I'm only going to use 3 pumps. I'm going to rub my hands together and then I'm just going to kind of massage it all over my face, like under my eyes, on my forehead, just all over, and down my neck. Please don't forget your necks. Like, that is so important. The first sign of aging is your neck and your hands, so you don't want to forget your neck. So I've rubbed all of that primer in. And then you just kind of want to let it get tacky a little bit, kind of fan it out. And like I said, I already have my brows on. This is what I would normally do next. After I put my primer, I would do my brows. But for the sake of this video, I've come on with my brows done. But funny story about my brows. So I've always had thick, full brows when I was a child. For my whole life, basically, I've always had thick brows. And I remember my mom telling me, never get your brows done, never get them waxed. Like, they're perfect, they're arched, they're fine. You don't need to get them done. And I think I was like 13, and one of my friends was getting her eyebrows done at a nail salon. And she was like, oh, Janae, you should just get your brows done too. Like, you should just get them done. They're kind of bushy. And I was looking, I'm like, oh, I guess. But my mom told me I should never do that. But of course, I was a rebellious teenager and I went and got my brows done. And I came home and my mom was pissed. Like, she was so mad. She was going off. She wanted to see the lady that did it and ask her how did she do it without her permission and all this crazy stuff. But ever since then, I've been on a hunt to find someone that can do my brows, like thick and full brows, and not just rip them off and take 2 minutes and not clean it up and just take too much hair off and all of that stuff. So I've been really looking for a good brow person. And I think when I was in school, I found this black woman who did my brows so good. She took her time. She assessed my brows. She didn't just rush and just get me out the door. Like, it was a whole experience. And ever since then, I've only went to women of color to get my eyebrows done because I feel like they take more time. They know exactly what to do. They've been trained to do it. Like, most nail salons are not trained to do your eyebrows. They're trained to do your nails. So I really never suggest getting your eyebrows done at a nail salon. And that is why I, 2 years ago, took a training to learn how to wax and tint eyebrows, because I was like, hey, I know there are other women like me, and there wasn't anyone in my area where I lived that was doing waxing and tinting at that time. I mean, there's a few now, but at that time I was the only one. So I took the training and I learned how to wax and tint. So I do my own brows. I fill them in myself. I clean them up myself. I wax them. I tint them. Everything. No one touches my brows but me. So if you're interested in a video of how I do any of that, filling them in or waxing and tinting, just let me know in the comments below and I'll definitely get that up for you guys. But back to skin. So the primer has set in. And then what you really need is a beauty blender or a sponge or whatever. This is not the Beauty Blender brand. This is Sonia Kashuk from Target, and it works just the same. Like, it's literally the same. And when you get it, it'll be smaller, but since this one is damp, it has expanded, and I promise you it's clean. It's just a little stain. But you need a clean sponge, blender, whatever, and it has to be damp. Not dry, not soaking wet, damp. So this is the key, one of the keys. I'm going to drop a lot of keys in this video of how to get like a flawless face that lasts in the summer for dry skin. Well, really, it could work for any skin type, but mainly dry because I'm going to use a lot of like sprays and oils and stuff like that. So you start with your beauty blender, and then these babies, and they are like done off. These are beat up. This foundation right here, this is the Super Stay Full Coverage Foundation by Maybelline. Oh my God, game changer. Like, these things, and I think they're maybe $11 or something like that. And I've tried high-end foundations. This takes the cake. Like, it just takes the cake. It stays on all day. It doesn't look cakey. I've gotten the most compliments on my foundation and makeup when I wear these foundations than any other foundation that I have. And like, I've tried Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, I've tried Lancome, I've tried Estee Lauder, I've tried all of those foundations, but these right here take the cake. So I don't have a tan because I've been in the house for 3 months like everybody else. So this, I mix these two because these two together are my perfect shade. So one is like my summer, one is my winter, so put these together and they are perfect. So I just shake it up a little bit, and then I just kind of pump them, one pump on the back of my hand of each shade. Then I kind of let my hand warm it up just a little bit, and then I go ahead and take the lightest shade first. And I don't go and like mix them all together on my hand or like in a bowl or something like that. Like, I don't mix them together. I kind of place them how I would do highlight and contour. So for the lighter shade, I go ahead and put it on the high points of my face. So I'll put like 4 dots right there. And then I'll go right before my jawline, on my chin, on my lip. Oh, that was a lot. And then on the bridge of my nose and right a little bit on my forehead. I don't really put too much makeup on my forehead in the summer for sweat and just hair, and that's how you get bumps and stuff like that. So I don't really do too much foundation on my forehead. It'll all blend. Then I take the darkest shade and I use that as how I would contour or a bronzer. So I put that in the hollows of my cheeks, under my jawline, and then like a little bit around my temples. And you could do a little on the side of your nose. So it looks like I'm about to highlight and contour basically. So then I take my damp sponge, and you want to take a dewy spray. So this is Tatcha. It's kind of expensive, but it's really honestly worth it. If you don't have Tatcha, you could use the MAC Fix Plus spray, but I like to use this one, and I just shake it a little bit and I spray 1 spritz on the part of the blender where you're going to blend your foundation. So it just kind of gets it a little damp, and it really makes for a smooth application. So it just makes everything go on a little better. So I will start with the lighter portions, just blending. And then I will go to the darker portions. And then once you go over all of that, you want to keep blending. Another key. Major key alert. You want to keep blending. Like, that is just everything for foundation. You want to blend until you cannot blend anymore. Especially with a sponge, you can't really do too much blending, in my opinion, with a brush. But with a sponge, you just keep beating your face. I think that is where they got that term from, because you're literally pouncing the sponge all over your face. Don't forget your neck. You don't want to look like you have a mask on. So you get down your neck all over. I even go over my eyelids. And I'm going to keep blending. I would say you want to blend for maybe a good minute, 60 seconds. Just blend. It'll really help in the long run, I promise. So now that everything is blended, I'm going to take another gem, another Maybelline. So the foundation is Maybelline, the concealer is Maybelline. This is the Fit Me concealer. I know everyone should have heard of this. This is like OG makeup. Like, I have high end, I promise, and I have low end. Like, I mix and match. Makeup doesn't have to be expensive. It's not only for girls that have some coin. Like, anybody can wear makeup and it can look nice. This right here, perfect match with this foundation. It just sits perfectly together, blends perfectly together. So what I'm going to do with this is 2 shades lighter than my skin complexion. So I'm going to do a little triangle under my eyes. Not too much, but not too less. It might look like a lot. I promise you, it's really not. Well, it might be. It might be a little bit. But you want to do like a little triangle under your eye. You want to come down the bridge of your nose halfway, and then I do a little dot on the tip of my nose. I do this because I don't do contour. I kind of reverse contour with highlight, and I'll show you how I do that. So I put a little on my cupid's bow, and then I do another triangle right under my mouth on my chin. And then I do like some little lines right here just to kind of highlight my forehead. Nothing crazy. Well, I'm saying nothing crazy, but this might look crazy to you. If you are a beginner, or if you just never seen anybody do their makeup like this, this might look crazy. But this is what I do. And another key, are y'all listening? Let the concealer sit for a few seconds. Don't go in right away and blend it. Let it sit so you can get the maximum coverage that it's going to give. So you let it sit. You can fan it, you can do whatever. Just chill out, let it sit. Here is that dewy mist again. You don't want to go ham with it because you don't want to look sweaty before you even get outside. but still dry skin, you gotta have some moisture to your skin. Like, it's just, I hate to see it when makeup is just cakey and it's just like you just didn't do anything underneath. Like, makeup really matters. Skincare, really, not makeup really matters, but it does to me. But skincare really matters. The way you treat your skin under your makeup will make a world of difference. So you want to go ahead, notice how I haven't even blended this in yet. So just take one spray, because if you go too heavy with this, you want to look sweaty. So I just do maybe, yeah, just one. And then I kind of just bring it all to me. You want to go back in with your damp sponge, same sponge, I didn't clean it again. And then you want to go from the inside of the concealer to the sides of your nose and blend. And then you want to take the concealer down your face first. You don't want to just go in and just blend all crazy. You want to take it down your face first, so you can kind of diffuse the concealer, and then you work your way up blending. And that way you get more coverage underneath your eye, like literally underneath, because that's where most people need it. I know I do, because these bags are not designer. And then I go on my eyelid too, and I kind of just blend out the concealer on my eyelid. So, as you can see, it is blended seamlessly. And you just want to do the same on the other side. Then I'll go in and blend the rest of the concealer. You don't have to be so precise with the rest of it. And if you feel like it's too much or like it's not blended enough, you can take the part that you use your foundation to blend out your foundation and kind of go over it with that part. Okay. There you have it. So next, I know this is summer makeup, so we gotta have some powder, but I know you're dry, but you gotta have some powder. So this is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Love this stuff. Doesn't give you a white cast, and I just dump a generous amount in my cap, and then I'll pat my eye again just to make sure that everything is smooth out and there's no lines, because if you set with lines under your eyes, then you're going to just have lines under your eyes because you just set it in place. So you want to smooth out anything before you go in with the powder. So I take still my same beauty blender, damp, I dip it in the powder. You see how much is there? I kind of just tap off a little bit on my arm, and then I'll go under and set my under eye. Wherever you put that concealer, you want to set it. And do the same on the other eye. Make sure you get the size of your nose because you drag the concealer there too. Wherever you put that concealer. And I don't bake. I know it's cute, baking, whatever. I don't do that. Dry girls, no. Baking is not our friend. It will have you cake, cake, cake. You will just look like a cakey mess. So I don't even know who baking is good for, because no one's under eyes are oily. You really want to bake to soak up oil. So I don't know. I don't bake. I'm sorry. The only thing I actually do bake is my smile lines. So I will put a good amount of translucent powder on my smile lines. But under my eyes, no ma'am. And you could go ahead and put some on your eyelids too. For this look, since we're doing like a summer kind of naturally cute whatever type of makeup, I'm not going to go heavy on eyeshadow. This is not an eyeshadow tutorial. This is more foundation based skin. So if you want some eyeshadow looks, let the girl know. I can definitely upload some of those too, because I love eyeshadow. It's really fun. I'm not a professional by any means. I'm not an MUA, but I think I get busy with the shadow, in my opinion. But I definitely am not putting on any today. I mean, if you want to, you can put your bronzer in your crease just to give some definition to your eyes, but I may do that. I'm not sure yet. So I'm still going to let my smile lines bake. But right now, what I'm going to do is go in with bronzer. So for my bronzer, I'm on a hunt for a good bronzer. I've heard the Fenty bronzers are really good. I haven't tried those yet, but this is Maybelline again. Maybelline Fit Me. This is actually, I want to say like a foundation powder. Foundation powder, yeah. So this is what I use to kind of bronze. I don't contour, like I don't cream contour unless I really am trying to go for like a really glam look. But most of the time, I just take this powder, and then with a lot of the powders, it's going to keep you matte. So you're not going to sweat too much. Your makeup's not going to move around. That's what kind of helps in the summer too. Even though you're a dry girl, but remember all of that moisture that you have under your foundation. So you still want to have some type of powders on your skin to keep it in place. So I just take a little bit in my fluffy brush, and then I'm in the hollows of my cheeks. And I do like a swooping back motion. And I'm not really heavy with it. It's kind of light. Just kind of like brushing it. And I'm putting it on my temples too. And then I'll do the other side. It's really kind of like sloppy with it. You don't gotta be precise. It's bronzer. You just want to look like you have some warmth to your skin. You want to bring back some color after that flat foundation. And then you take it on your jawline. If you're like me and been eating too much during quarantine and you got little chins, it's all good. Just take your bronzer, get under there, and we're good. And if you notice, my nose looks like I did some type of contour to it, but I really just reverse contoured with the highlighting. I don't go in with powder on my nose, a darker shade or like cream contour or anything. Like I said before, I don't contour, really. So this is my nose contour. Now I'll just go back again just to kind of even things out. Now for the fun part, these are eyelash DMV mink lashes. I've been so excited to try these. If you want to try these, please check them out. They are available since today or yesterday, but they are available right now. These are some pretty mink lashes. I will put the description down below. But what I'm going to do while I still have my lash lines baking is prepare my lashes. And these are so cute. So with lashes, you don't want to just plop them on your eye as is, because they may not be your right length. Like these, could I get away without cutting them? I guess I could. Yes, I could get away without cutting these. So eyelash, you did your thing. These are perfect. So I'm going to go in with my Duo lash glue, and I'm going to go ahead and just coat the band of the lashes. And then I'm just going to let them sit for a little bit and get tacky. Are getting tacky, and then I'm going to go ahead and kind of like blend away that powder. And just go over my face one more time. If you notice, I don't just put like a layer of powder over my face. We are dry. We don't need all of that powder. A little bit of powder, not a lot of powder. We still want to look like we still have our natural skin. We don't want to look too cakey and baked and all of that. So go ahead and just kind of go over your makeup one more time. And then I will take my Fix spray just to kind of refreshen my face. And that's really not the same as the Tatcha Dewy Spray. This is more like a water-based. That kind of has, child, I don't even know what's in there. And like it even says on the back of it, for normal to dry skin. So it is not really for oily girls because it's going to have you like a grease ball. So while my skin is still kind of damp, I'm going to go ahead and put some highlighter on just so we can look kind of glowy and sun-kissed. And this is another drugstore, Wet n Wild Mega Highlighting Powder and Precious Petals. And you just want to kind of tap the tops of your cheeks. I don't go too crazy with the highlighter. Just kind of give yourself a glow. You want to go down the bridge of your nose if you want to put a little dab on your point of your nose just to kind of give you like a little button nose effect. And then I kind of go over my highlighter with my blender again just to make sure everything looks like skin and it's not like powdery highlight just sitting there. And you can go on your temples, really wherever you want to highlight. Then I will take my Milani blush, another drugstore, and Luminoso. And I really use the sleeping blush, but this stuff really makes your makeup look really pretty. So I just tap it on the apples of my cheeks and kind of bring it back. And you can go heavy on blush because it's going to be the first thing to fade as you go on with your day. I kind of just put a little on my nose a little bit. So you want to blend your blush in between your highlight and your bronzer. And then let me check on these lashes. And the cool thing that came with these lashes is like an applicator. Okay, so lashes are on. Love them. They are so full and so drama. I'm here for it. Eyelash, don't forget Eyelash DMB. Check them out. But next, last but not least, we're going to do lips. So I have a brown pencil. This is Max Cork lip liner. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take this gloss. This is the Fenty Gloss Bomb. Oh my god, love this gloss. Like, this is everything. It is perfect for like that kind of gloss where you want it to look juicy but it's not sticky and it kind of stays long. Like, I don't know, whatever Rihanna did, girl, you did that with this. So I'm going to be putting this on all over. A generous amount. Then I will take my hair down and that completes the summer makeup. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this look. I hope that you take some of these tips and tricks with you and that you apply them to your makeup routine, whether you're dry or oily or combination or normal. Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see, more content from me. I mean, I have ideas out the for content, so let me know if there's anything in particular that you want to see or want me to elaborate on. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm on a 1,000 subscriber journey, so please help me get there. And I just want to say thank you again, and if you haven't seen my last video, don't forget to check it out. Bye.